Hey guys, it's Manu and welcome to a new video. So, you decided to start the keto diet, you've been doing some research, but you're still not sure how to start. Today I'm going to give you a few tips that helped me a lot when I first started, and I hope that they help you as well. Okay, let's get started. The first thing when you start is I would suggest eat until you're full. Listen, as soon as you start researching about the keto diet, you start hearing about macros this, macros that, calories, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is important. Yes, if you're strict with that, it's going to aid you in weight loss especially. But when you're first starting keto, my advice would be just focus on keeping 20 or less net carbs as your max of the day, and then eat until you're full. You're gonna feel like your life is changing. I don't know how to explain it, but if you were like me that used to eat like a lot of cereal, a lot of pasta, a lot of sandwiches with bread, maybe you would go to Subway 5 or 6 times a week like I did at some point in my life. Well, carbs are very high in volume. If you think of like a bowl of oatmeal versus 2 eggs, you're gonna feel like you're gonna eat a lot less volume. So how you can counter that is the first week or 2 weeks, just eat until you're full. Make sure you're getting your fats in. Don't worry about macros. Don't worry about protein and fat percentages too much. Just keep your carbs of the day to less than 20 net carbs. That is going to make you less anxious, I feel. You're going to be happy, you're going to be eating foods you like probably, and little by little your body is going to be adjusting to ketones as the new source of energy for your body. So you don't want to be like changing your metabolism completely and learning how to count macros, because it can be a lot. You can learn how to count macros and it's not as difficult as it seems, but in the first couple of weeks, just focus on net carbs. You're gonna need a big why, and you're gonna have to do your own research. First, when you start a new diet, a big lifestyle change, when you move, maybe when you're making a big life decision, it's very important to you to have a big why. If the why is big enough, then you're not going to have as many self-doubt when you're starting, because it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's the hardest life change ever, but any change tends to be hard, especially if you're older, especially if you've been eating carbs for 30, 40, or 50 years. So if your why is big enough, then you're going to have like enough motivation to do your research. Because in a lifestyle change such as this, when you start the keto diet, it is important for you to understand how it works. Why? Because it's not mainstream. It's not the way you're used to eating, and a lot of people are going to give you crap for it. A lot of people are going to question your decisions. They're going to make you feel like you're doing something wrong with your body. They're going to make you feel like they know best, even though they're just your family members. None of them have great health, none of them are nutritionists or doctors, but they're gonna make you feel like you are making wrong decisions. So if you're educated and you do your research, it's not like you're gonna have this big debate with your family members, but at least you're gonna be knowledgeable enough to understand why it works. And at least for me, if I understand why and how something works, then I'm not gonna be like questioning what I'm doing, or why I'm not eating like carbs anymore or rice. Am I gonna die if I don't eat bread or pasta? I know I'm not gonna, but this only came from research. It doesn't have to be like read a whole encyclopedia on low carb dieting. No, it's exactly what you're doing right now. You went on YouTube and you started looking for information on this new diet. This preparation goes a step further, and it's meal prep, knowing what you're going to eat. It's literally meal prep. You can prep all your meals at the end or the beginning of the week and just have it ready. Especially in my Spanish channel, I have at least 200 keto-friendly recipes right now. On my English channel, there's just 1 or 2. I'm just starting, but they're going to build up. But there's a bunch of resources that you can use to know what to eat for your entire week. For me, the meal prep goes even further, and it's having like 2 or 3 go-to recipes that I can throw together in 5 minutes. And that's been the key to success for me. Listen, I know we're all different, but I'm going to tell you what worked for me. I started eating the same breakfast every day. Yep, I know. The thing is, I understand that's not common, and I actually don't get bored eating the same foods every day. You might, so this might not work for you, but at least for the first weeks, if you're eating the same thing for breakfast or as your first meal of the day, then you're taking a variable out of the equation. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about what you're going to eat. You don't have to think about how you're going to make it, because you're making a meal with awesome keto macros, really low carb, high fat. That's going to get your day started. I posted actually the recipe of what I eat every day. I'm going to just link it right there at the beginning of the video. You can see it, and it's basically 3 eggs with a cup of spinach, an ounce of egg with an ounce of cheese with the eggs, half or a whole Hass avocado, and maybe some extra cheese like goat's cheese or brie cheese. And eating that every day just helped me get into ketosis really, really fast, and it was awesome. Also, if you know you're not going to be able to meal prep or you're not going to be able to cook at home, that's fine. You have to do with what you have. So at least know what go-to options, what restaurants you have nearby, what delivery options you have. Is there a Whole Foods nearby? Is there maybe a restaurant that has good keto options? Is there, I don't know, delivery? Here in Colombia, we have delivery for everything. So it's actually pretty simple, not cheap, but at least simple, to get a lot of keto and low carb options. You can do keto on any budget, and it's up to you, and it's not going to change anything. Keto can be as affordable as you want or as expensive as you want, and it's all up to your budget and up to your taste buds, I guess. But you don't have to eat the most expensive grass-fed meat, the most expensive aged raw cheeses. You don't have to buy super expensive MCT powders. You can start with what you have, and that's fine. I truly believe that this, and it's just a personal opinion, but it's better for you to eat keto and low carb, conventionally raised and grown food than high sugar organic food. This is just my opinion. So if you think different from me, don't kill me. I'm just sharing what I think. And you can always make small changes, like especially in my Spanish channel, we have a lot of viewers from Uruguay, Argentina, and I guess in those countries, for example, almond flour can be super expensive. What happens if where you live almond flour or some other ingredients are hard to find or super expensive? Don't use them. That's it. Really, as simple as that. Actually, you don't need to eat any processed food on keto if you don't like. You can live in a farm. You can live in the middle of nowhere, and you probably can find a good source of protein, some clean veggies, low-carb veggies, some berries, and a good source of fat like butter. You don't have to make it as complicated as it seems. I'm going to advise you to talk to your family, your significant other, your, co-workers, people that are around you all the time. This is funny, but I felt like my second coming out. You have to tell them what you're doing. At least I asked them to be respectful of it, that they didn't have to understand why I was eating this way, but that I was going to eat this way. And I just wanted for them to know. I just asked them to not judge me if I didn't want to eat rice or pasta. I know this sounds ridiculous, but food shaming is real. Especially if you're from a Latin family, your grandmother is going to want to feed you. And she's going to want to feed you rice and beans, and she's not going to understand why you don't want to eat rice and beans. Just tell her you're trying this new thing, that you're feeling better, that you're eating a lot. For her not to worry. Maybe if your grandma wants to feed you, tell her what she can feed you. If your significant other doesn't want to do this lifestyle change with you, it's fine and it's normal, trust me. I've been eating keto for almost 3 years now, and my wife doesn't do keto, and that's fine, and we are happy, and we eat what we both like. My house is pretty low carb friendly, so there aren't a lot of like high sugar, high carb treats around, even for her. But she understands it, and at first she was a little grossed out seeing me put butter in my coffee. But I was just honest with her, and she's seen that it's worked for me and that it makes me happy, it makes me lose weight, gives me more energy. I'm not like complaining that I'm tired all day anymore. So just talk to your significant other. But if for some magical reason your significant other or a really good friend or someone in your family wants to start keto with you and wants to do this big lifestyle change with you, that is going to be amazing. And that is the next tip. Find someone to do this with. And if you find someone that lives with you, that's awesome. But if there's no one in your family or in your close group of friends, then there's the whole internet. Yes, there are a lot of Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, on Instagram. There's forums. There's a lot of places where you can find that support. And I hope this channel and this new English family that we're creating can be that support for you. YouTube can be that support for you. And keep yourself accountable. Maybe if the people really close to you are not doing keto, but they're still understanding of it, you can ask them to keep you accountable. So ask them, please, if you see me craving something, just tell me this or offer me this. Having a support system in anything in life is really important. But with big lifestyle changes such as these, well, it's going to be even more important. Know what you're getting into, and this goes a little alongside with doing your research. But for example, if you have read or watched videos about keto, you may know that the first couple of weeks you're going to lose a lot of water weight, especially if your previous diet was a really high carb diet. Eating carbs tends to hold a lot of water weight. So this isn't uncommon. You might lose 5, 10, 15 pounds on your first week. It's mostly water weight, but it's fine. You still have to lose it, so it's awesome that you did. But then weight loss is going to slow down. Maybe you're not going to lose weight the following week. Maybe there's going to be a month that you're only going to lose 1 or 2 pounds. And if you understand that that's normal, and if you understand that that happens to most people, and if you understand that weight loss isn't a race, then you're not going to get frustrated, and you're going to be able to keep going if maybe 1, 2, or 3 weeks in you stop losing weight. So it's normal. This is me telling you, you don't have to lose weight every week. Keto's still working, keto's still awesome for you, but it's normal for you to not lose weight every week. So you're doing fine. Keep going. Knowing what's coming, you have to understand that you're gonna need electrolytes. I might go over this a little more in depth in several videos, but right now you need to understand that your water intakes needs to be high because you're gonna feel very dehydrated, and you need to make sure you're getting enough sodium, potassium, and magnesium. I don't supplement. I don't take any pills to get this these like micronutrients. Why? Because guess what? All of the micronutrients are found in food. We just need to find the right sources of it. So sodium, that's easy. I just salt all my food. High quality salt. I use pink Himalayan salt, but any salt will do the work. And then for potassium and magnesium, there's 2 things I eat every day, and that works for me. And I feel that eating your micronutrients is better than popping pills. That sounded awful. No, that's not what I meant. But like, I just like getting my macros and micronutrients from food. So spinach actually has magnesium and potassium, and avocados are really high in potassium. They actually have a little bit of magnesium too, as well as other vitamins and minerals, and they're awesome. So that's how I supplement. I just make sure I eat food that keeps my electrolytes really high. So that's good. My last tip, it's going to be, if this is going to be something that you're going to do and enjoy, it's going to be an awesome opportunity for you to cook new meals, for you to actually lower your food costs. Because if you cook at home, trust me, it's a lot cheaper. So maybe do a few small investments, like maybe a food scale, measuring cups, measuring spoons. Especially for my recipes, we're going to be using a lot of measuring spoons and measuring cups, just because I figure volume is easier for most people. But buy a food scale as well, and that's going to help you a few weeks in, help you measure your food and get accustomed to what a serving size is. Because when we're eating high fat, we want to eat what we're supposed to. Instead of 1 tablespoon, we don't want to just like a big splash of heavy cream. A cup of heavy cream has 800 calories. So a calorie is a calorie, even if it's fat, even if you're on keto. So we have to just be careful of those things. So these are just a few tips. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have more tips, please comment down below. What are your biggest tips for people starting keto, or for people on keto for years, for months? I would love to hear from you. Also, if you're new to this channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, be a part of my new English family. I have big YouTube channel in Spanish, so maybe if you speak Spanish, or someone you know speaks Spanish, or if you just want to practice and learn Spanish, please check out my Spanish YouTube channel. I'll just link it down below. If you subscribe, please turn on the bell icon. That way YouTube can let you know every time I post a new video. It's going to be 2 or 3 new videos a week, and I really hope you are here with me as this channel continues to grow. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with all those special people in your life that want to start keto but are too afraid to. Okay, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!